I'm Kelsey, and this is Rachel. And we really talk about real talk. So let's talk about Mikey Garcia. Let's talk about...
And his future?
His future. In the year 2000... Oh, wait, that's already been done. We can't do that. Listen, I think Mikey Garcia has a really bright future. And I think that the brightness of his future depends on the people around him. And he's with his brother, Robert Garcia. And I think they do great. Obviously, they're family oriented.
Well,
and
they mix well, you know what I mean?
They're focused on doing
that training fighter relationship works for them, So yeah, stick with it, and it's good. And yeah, what's interesting, what I find interesting going on in my own head with Mikey Garcia is that I'm like, wow, he's just such a good fighter. But there's other fighters out there where I'm like, I feel like, with my limited boxing knowledge, I can kind of maybe deconstruct how they fight in the ring and be like, that guy against this guy. I can't really do that with Garcia. I just know that he's good, and he's really good, but I feel like what he does in the ring is subtle and fluid. Yeah. So I can't even pick out really what he does.
Yeah, because he's not flashy, he's not super fast.
But he's not like Floyd Mayweather, who was so defensive. I wouldn't even describe Mikey Garcia like that.
No, he comes and gets
he has everything, but in a subtle way, so I can't even pick it apart.
He's a complete fighter. I want to ask you, Rachel, if you could see Mikey Garcia fight anybody in the next fight, who would it be?
Well, we already talked about this, so you have loaded my brain with somebody. So why don't you talk about why you think it should be Lomachenko?
Yeah, it should be Vasyl Lomachenko, and here's why. They're both at lightweight. They're both clearly top 3 to 5 pound for pound fighters in the world. They should fight because they're both. This is the best weight probably for at least Mikey Garcia, and it will be eventually for Vasyl Lomachenko, who maybe can still go lower. I want to see fighters, great fighters in their prime, face each other. Let's see Vasyl Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia. Here's the thing that intrigues me about the fight. I have no idea who wins that fight because they're both so good. And I question Lomachenko's ability to defeat a fighter that's great at this high of a weight. Right? He did win his last fight at lightweight. He did defeat Jorge Linares. Linares is a really good fighter, but he's not a great fighter. Mikey Garcia is a great fighter, I think. And I want to see, can he do that to Mikey Garcia? Because I don't know. On the other hand, can Mikey Garcia fights in a way where he's patient and he tends to wait until he has perfect punches to throw him. Yeah. Now, he's always forcing the issue. He's always coming forward and trying to make it happen, But
if he can't make that happen with somebody like Lomachenko...
Yeah, because Lomachenko's so great at boxing and movement, is he going to be able to get in that position enough to throw enough punches to win 7 of the 12 rounds? Yeah. So I don't know. I want to see that fight so badly. I know because of boxing politics, it's not likely to happen, but I don't care. That ain't my problem. My problem is that I want to see good fights.
I like that fight because I feel like both these guys are early, prime of their careers. Yeah. So I don't actually we have this thing in boxing where you keep when you're undefeated, it makes it harder to take tough fights as you move on in your career. So I feel like if these guys Lomachenko's he's not undefeated, but these guys are both young enough and early enough in their careers that maybe it would make for a really good fight, and we end up with a series, 3 fights, and I don't care who loses. I don't feel like if one of them loses, it hurts their future in boxing. I think we can look at it and be like, oh, they're both really good fighters, and I don't care that one of them lost this fight.
I would think that it leads to a historically great trilogy, even that it's more along the lines of a Marco Antonio Rivera versus Eric Morales. Yeah. That kind of thing. And that's what I want to see. I want to see great fighters fight each other. And I think just by seeding this in Rachel's brain and also forcing her to talk about it on camera, she agrees with me. And so I feel justified.